So what brought you here to Houston?
So while I'm fundraising money for St. Isidore's, I went to a wedding in Austin, Texas. My best friend got married.
Okay.
And I was in his groomsmen party, and in the bridal party is this gal Emily, and we got to talking at the wedding. We talked all night. I was like, this is incredible. This is the girl. She's the one. But for a variety of reasons, I thought at the end of the night, she lives in Atlanta. I live in Manhattan. I'm not going to ask for her number. I don't want to deal with this. I think I just had like maybe 4 first dates in a row over the last couple months that were like, oh, this isn't going anywywhere.
And she's a Braves fan.
Yeah, she's a Braves fan. She's from here. So I was at that time not like looking to, I didn't want to get her number and then only to have it fizzle out because it was going to be long distance.
Yeah.
So I didn't believe. I wasn't in a believing mood.
Okay.
And 6 months later, I heard that she had asked about me. The old ask about, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of guys need that. I needed that. I needed to know that she at least didn't forget me, right? So I was like, okay, she asked about me. Now I believe. So I got her number, started calling her, flew to Atlanta a few times to take her out on dates, and that was like 3 years ago. And now we're having a baby. So,
So she's from here.
She's from here. She was living in Atlanta at the time. And while we were dating, she moved back to the Woodlands where she grew up.
Okay.
She grew up going to this parish, St. Anthony's. We wanted to make one move. Basically, if we thought that we were going to be serious about dating, we wanted to move to the same town. And she got a great opportunity to move back here. So I thought, okay, perfect. I'll start looking for jobs, and I found a job here at St. Anthony's. So I moved down in October 2020. We got engaged in December 2020, and we got married a year ago, October 2021.
Wow. When's the anniversary?
The 23rd.
23rd.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, was that scary? Coming to Houston 2020? I mean, that's like the height of the whole pandemic and everything.
Yeah. So that was right when we were dating. We had been dating just a few months when that pandemic hit. So there was a time where we didn't see each other for months. It felt like months. It was probably like 4 weeks or something like that. But still, it feels that
felt like forever. Yeah.
Felt like forever. But yeah, it was tough. It was a tough situation to come into because I was looking for jobs everywhere. And it was just hard to find positions.
Yeah, people were getting laid off left and right.
Yeah, and
industries
through Providence, the guy who held my position before ended up moving to Nashville at this time, and the position was open. I had met a lot of the people on this team at some weddings and some things like that.
Oh.
My wife's family, the Eichelbergers, are friends with a lot of, they were friends with the pastor who was here, Father Tom Rafferty. And so my name was in the mix, and it got set up with these people in this job, and it's been great.
That's fantastic. Like how everything just worked out.
It really is one of those God's plans by Drake things, where everything works out much better than you could have even planned it out. We had been praying for a good job in a good place. We were praying for something with a small commute, and so where we can actually discern, not just be sucked up in, having to drive 2 hours to a job or something like that. Praying for all these things, but not really imagining that it could be at the parish that she actually grew up in, that she goes to every single week. We wouldn't have imagined that, and sure enough, that's exactly what God had drawn up for us, and it's one of many things when you look back, I think, that, wow, I never would have imagined it, but it turned out even better than expected. Most of those things in my life have come with my, in all kinds of areas, but a lot of with my wife and following all that discernment and to marry her, and now that we're starting a family, and it just kind of works out better than you could ever imagine, right?
It's fantastic. I'm just in awe of like how everything just fell into place.
Yeah, like a puzzle.
Yeah. Sometimes you think, well, why do things have to work out this way? And then it just God has a plan.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm convicted of that. He definitely does have a plan. And so often when I try to assert my own will on a situation or on the world, and I'm so glad that it didn't work out. It rarely does when I just try, I'm doing my thing, and it has to be this way. And it rarely works out exactly how I envision it. But every time it works out how God plans it out, it's so much better.